What will banning skilled immigration do to the economy? The president recently announced a $100,000 fee for H-1B visas. This is the type of visa that we use to bring in folks with specialized skills. The current program has a cap where only a minority of applicants receive it. And because this is often determined by a lottery, we have a randomized control experiment. In economic research, it rarely gets much better than this. Let's first look at the paper that the White House cited. It shows that domestic computer scientists would have had 2 to 5% higher wages if we did not have the H-1B program. Here's the paper, and here's that result description. This is true. As the supply of workers increases, holding all else constant, we will see a decline in wage. This is called partial equilibrium analysis. We only move one curve. If we broaden this out to a general equilibrium analysis, we find that the demand curve will increase due to higher productivity and general economic growth. This all causes the wage to rise. And in fact, we find this result in this same paper. In the other sentences that the White House did not cite, we see that immigration increased overall welfare for U.S. natives. Complements of immigrants benefited substantially. Lower prices benefited consumers, and output in the IT sector grew by 1.9 to 2.5%. Another paper by Doran, Gelber, and Eisen, published in 2022, finds that H-1B visas crowd out about 1.5 other workers at an individual firm. But they note at the end that they are only doing a partial equilibrium analysis. Quote, if the crowded out workers become employed in other firms and innovate there, the total employment in the economy and patenting could still increase. More recently, a March 2025 working paper does not find any negative effects for native-born workers. That's the three charts we have here. We have native workers who have similar characteristics as the H-1B applicants. We have college-earning natives, and then we have everybody. If you can see in all three of these charts, it is not statistically different from zero. And if we look over here on the left, the firms are hiring more immigrants who win the H-1B lottery. And more than that, the firms that receive an H-1B worker avoid bankruptcy more and significantly increase their revenues and payrolls. So how do we reconcile the two different results? Well, there's a very nice 3-page long Appendix F in the most recent paper comparing it with Doran et al. Basically, it boils down to this paper has a slightly better data set. At least that's the TikTok version I'll give. Finally, Britta Glennon's 2023 paper asks whether restricting high-skill immigration affects offshoring. The answer is yes. Yes, it does. For every visa rejection, they hired 0.4 employees abroad, and the most impacted jobs were R&D intensive ones. The reality is that immigration has long been one of America's secret sauces. From Hamilton importing English manufacturers to replicate the technology here, to James Madison noting that the part of America which has encouraged foreigners the most has advanced most rapidly in population, agriculture, and the arts. The U.S. produces 18% of global patents while only hosting about 4% of the global population. Between 2000 and 2010, America received the lion's share of net inventor migration. We literally towered above any other country. And the results show immigrants are about 10% of the population, 16% of the inventors, 23% of patent filers, and 25% of the market value of those patents. Our long-run global economic competitiveness depends on bringing the best and brightest here to contribute to the American project.